Hey everybody, Giant Skyhawk here. So I wasn't expecting this video to go up at all, really. I didn't think I was going to make any more videos about Yu-Gi-Oh! But I think while I am still at least a little bit knowledgeable, I want to talk about it. Because one of the things that I said when I said I was done playing TCG is that one of the conditions for me to return was to see banlist philosophy meaningfully change. And unfortunately, the list that came out today is a perfect textbook cookie cutter example of Konami and the R&D department taking one step forward and two steps back. So I will explain what I mean by this and why I think this list is quite bad with a few exceptions. So, and I'm going to preface this with I have not been playing the TCG format, so there are probably some minutia about cards that I am going to miss, but this is just going to be about the general philosophy and why it is nonsensical and is frustrating. So we'll start off with what is the best section of the list by far, which is the Forbidden List. So Link Haribo, I think probably this is a card that eventually was going to have to be banned. And people who understand this format better than I do have been asking for a Link Haribo ban, so I'm going to defer to them. Sad for us dinosaur friends, but I think probably that had to go. Summon Limit being banned is a very good change. I feel like it's been so long since they have just outright banned a continuous trap floodgate. I think the last one was Imperial Order. That is a great philosophy shift. I appreciate that they are willing to hit these cards, especially when they're as problematic. Summon Limit, I think, probably was just crazy widespread these last couple months. Now, Baron de Fleur and Borreload Savage Dragon ban, fantastic decision. Some of the best bans in a long time. The card design on these cards sucks and has always sucked. And cards that are at their levels for Synchro are now always competing with these cards. And so I am happy that they are gone. I would have also liked to see Apollosa here, but that is getting a reprint in the Rarity Collection too, so that was never going to happen. But I hope Apollosa eventually joins them on this list. They are design mistakes, in my opinion, and this will be good for deck diversity, generally speaking. So we're hitting floodgates, and we are banning kind of ubiquitous generic extra deck negates. I think those are both excellent decisions. And that would indicate a philosophy change as like a precondition for me returning. However, when we click the next button, that all disappears. Archnemesis Protoss and Thunder Dragon Colossus. Now, shout out to Anti-Spell Fragrance Limit. Again, good that they're limiting them, but actually, no. You know what? It's not good. They should just be banned. Limiting them makes absolutely zero logical sense. They should just be banned. I need to stop beating around the bush on bad decisions, and this is a bad decision. It should just be banned. Putting it at 1 makes it unbelievably sacky that people can just draw out of their side deck. They should just be banned. It does not make sense to ban Summon Limit and then limit Anti-Spell Fragrance. It should be banned. So no, actually they haven't changed their design philosophy. Archnemesis Protoss and Akirin is fine. Protoss and Thunder Dragon Colossus. Why are we banning generic boss monsters and the floodgates and then bringing back generic boss monsters that are also floodgates? The philosophy doesn't make sense. Archnemesis Protoss was never fun to play against. I understand that Sword Soul needs something to do now that Baron de Fleur is banned, but Baron was a mistake in the first place. Protoss just should not be back, especially now that Banshee exists, Infernal Flame Banshee, the rank 4. And any deck that can make a rank 4 Xyz monster can just go get this. It doesn't make any sense. Thunder Dragon Colossus, you have access to Corridor. Why are we bringing back these cards that are frustrating to play against if we're banning other ones? We should be banning the frustrating cards. Bringing them off the list sucks. If you want to raise the power level of other decks to compete with Snake Eye, because there are no direct hits to that deck in this list, which makes sense because it's new. But don't bring back these cards. Bring back Sharvara. Bring back Airlifter. Bring back archetypal cards that actually are enhance a strategy and not crappy floodgates that are inevitably just going to be used as generic end board tools and the wombo combo nonsense. If the philosophy is that we're trying to diversify end boards, why are we releasing 2 cards that everybody's going to try to end on if they're building a board? I don't. It's frustrating. Chicken Game is scary, but I don't think it will do anything. Kieran is fine. Title is fine. And Anti-Spell is good. But, like, I just cannot get over why you would bring back Colossus and Protoss. And also do this. It is like there are two people in Konami's office making the list. One of them understands, and the other one is throwing darts at a wall. It's the R&D team are just actively bad at their jobs. I don't know another way to say that. They are actively bad at their jobs. Semi-limits, whatever. These are fine. They could have gone to 3. They, like, for example, bringing Pearly stuff back to make it better would be a good way to compete with Snake Eye. Why not just put this card to 3? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something there. Maybe they don't want it to be like perfectly searchable with my friend. I digress. Maybe somebody who knows the format better than me has a better idea. These Malicious is scary, but the other 3 are like fine. I personally dislike Engage, but I think it has proven that it will be fine at 3 for us. Mally is the only one here that's scary, but I think it's a fine experiment, and they can ban it after. So, like, this section is also fine. Wear Pankratops. But the other, so it might seem like, okay, well, these are a lot of good decisions that you agree with, and then there's 2 really bad ones that you think are bad, but, like, on the whole, isn't it good? No, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that got missed that is not here. Where is Dimension Shifter? There is no counterplay in the game for going second into a Dimension Shifter, except for a limited copy of Gamma, which requires you to play a Brick or Herald of Orange Light if you happen to be playing a deck with fairies. There is no counterplay for it. Why is it legal, or why haven't you introduced counterplay? Gamma needed to come back to 3, or Dimension Shifter needed to get banned. It's just bad balancing and bad design to not have counterplay for this. Why is the Gimmick Puppet lock still legal? Where is Sanctifier or Gimmick Puppet Nightmare on this list? Branded has been seeing more play, and it's just doing the lock. Why is it not banned? Why is High King Calamity still legal? It's not seeing the most amount of play, but it exists. If we're banning the floodgates, why is that still legal? Why is Harpy's Featherstorm still legal? Why are we... like, it doesn't make any sense. They are philosophically confused, and to be frank, the people who are working at Konami R&D either have some weird limitation placed on them to where they can't actually solve all the problems, or they're actively bad at their jobs. And in my view, if they cared enough, they would push for a list that did more. So the only conclusion to make is that they do not give a fuck about you. They do not care. So this is not a... There is a good philosophy change here in being willing to ban cards like Baronne de Fleur and Borlode Savage Dragon. But like I said at the very beginning, it is always 1 step forward and 2 steps back with Konami. So this is not a change in philosophy. I'm not coming back anytime soon. I will probably be at YCS Raleigh specifically to play Edison format and to see my friends. But until this shit changes, I'm not playing TCG. This is terrible.